Yo, what's going on, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG. In today's video, guys, what I have for you, I'm going to be showing you a Raichu list. Now, this is not my list. This is actually a list that I saw that performed well at a tournament. I thought this looked absolutely sick, so I wanted to cover this. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, guys. So Raichu is a deck that I actually think is really, really cool. I played the Raichu GX version, and I had a lot of fun with that deck. Unfortunately, I ran into Big Bad Buzzwole, and when you're playing Raichu and you're running into that, I mean, your cheeks are just gonna get clapped completely. So, yeah, it's cool to see this actually come back, this strategy come back in a different way, and we're actually gonna be taking a look at that attacker right here. So there it is, guys. There's Raichu. So it has the attack Nuzzle, and it's pretty much the same thing as every single other Nuzzle Pokemon. You flip a coin, and if heads, they're paralyzed. But the attack we're gonna be doing with this is gonna be Powerful Spark. So Powerful Spark does 20 times. Its attack does 20 damage times the amount of electric energy attached to all of your Pokemon, or lightning energy if you want to be super duper technical. I think it's actually lightning energy. But yeah, bear with me. I'm just going to say electric. So essentially what you're going to be trying to do with this deck is you're going to be piling up a bunch of electric energy, and you're just going to be raining hell down upon on your opponent with a one prize attacker. And that's literally the strategy. I mean, this deck actually, if you cut out the Zekrom Reshiram thing here, and you get obviously a normal mysterious treasure, this deck actually would probably be pretty cheap to make. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like actually this would be a top budget list, and if you guys actually do want to see a budget list, I could probably whip one up for you, because really you just kind of take this same concept and you just, I mean, if you have one, go for it. I mean, this is just like a jank tech combination thing here, but anyway, yeah, you could definitely make a budget list for this. Anywho, so yeah, pretty much what you're going to be doing is just using Powerful Spark once you get your damage and all that going, and you just go from there. Now, the way we're going to be getting energy out, and I kind of want to put in a fourth Pachirisu just because of the fact that opening with it just seems sexy. I mean, that's really how you get this deck going. But anyway, so Pachirisu. So Pachirisu has Snuggly Generator, and what that attack does for one electric energy for each of your bench Pokemon that has the Nuzzle attack, search your deck for a electric energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. So that means, let's say hypothetically you have Pachirisu active and you have four Pokemon on your bench with Nuzzle. That's four energy coming out of your deck. So you're getting four energy on the board. You're thinning your deck out, and you're setting up your attack. And on top of that, if you do need to fall back on it, Pachirisu also has Nuzzle. So that means if Pachirisu is sitting on your bench, that means it's another target. Now, the really cool thing about this deck is we actually are going to run Emolga as well. So Emolga is going to serve a couple purposes in here. Obviously, with the Nuzzle attack, it can be a target for Pachirisu. But Nuzzle Gathering, once they're determined before you attack, you may search your deck for a Pokemon that has the Nuzzle attack, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So normally when this card's played, it's usually played in stuff like Lost March or something like that, where you just have Pokemon communication bait the whole time. But this card right here literally searches out your Raichu line, it searches out your Pachirisu, searches out your Dedenne or something like that. So honestly, while I do want the fourth Pachirisu in here, Emolga can just search out Pachirisu, which is absolutely phenomenal. So Emolga, it's going to be your big searching card. So if you have a couple Emolga sitting on your bench, not only do you have a guaranteed Pokemon communication card target, or you have something to thin your deck out, you have a way to get your line just completely set up. Emolga is absolutely awesome in this deck. So that's why that's in here. Now, we actually have another attacker in here in the form of the Dedenne. Of course, it does have the Nuzzle attack, but it also has Nuzzle Shot. So this attack does 10 damage for each of your Pokemon in play that has the Nuzzle attack to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So let's say you just come up short some damage. I know HP these days are absolutely ridiculous, and they're going to get even more ridiculous when the Sword and Shield set, or whatever combination. Is it Shield and Sword, or is it Sword and Shield? Or I can't even speak. Anyway, whenever that stuff comes out, HP is going to be getting ridiculous. I know, it's all good. But Nuzzle Shot pretty much just allows you to pretty much pick off and snipe a Pokemon. And on top of that, guys, it's Dedenne, and it's fat, cute, and adorable, so why not? But this is going to be in here. It's kind of like a Esper, in a sense. Probably not going to do as much damage, but still, nonetheless, if you're short some damage, you can easily pick something off with Dedenne, which is absolutely awesome. Now, earlier you guys heard me talk about this being kind of a jank joke attacker. But at the same time, if you're able to get a bunch of energy out on the board, and we have ways to do that, you can Reshiram and Zekrom and use Fabled Flare Bolts to do a lot of damage. And I don't, yeah, you can't even do Crossbreak GX. We're not even going to read that. But this does 90. You can discard up to 3 in any combination of basic fire and electric energy cards from your bench Pokemon. This stack does 90 damage for each card you discarded this way. So that means you can do a big whopping amount of damage. And then there you go, guys. Bam. You're just going to potentially take something off the board. This is kind of just a card that you really only want to use in certain matchups and scenarios. You don't want to play this out because the cool thing about this deck, it is a one prize attacking deck, and that's really where this deck is going to shine. So that means, you don't want to play this unless it's like super late in the game, or because you don't want to have this go down, you lose 3 prizes, because then you're going to be falling back on 120 HP prize attack or one prize attackers that could just easily get knocked out, and you're going to be in a bad spot. So yeah, this is just kind of in here for that, like, you can use it if you need to. Now, the next card we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Marshadow with Resetting Hull. Now, the big thing about this one is, of course, ADP has that combination with their stadium where basically if you play in another stadium, it just gets discarded. So Marshadow is going to be able to take that away. And then on top, I think it's Chaos something. I can't remember, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But on top of that, you could Resetting Hull and get rid of a stadium that's just out in play in general if you don't have a means to get rid of it. And then Red Knuckles is actually an attack if you're running, or if you're going up against an Ultra Beast deck or just an Ultra Beast attacker in general. You can do 70 damage. You never know when that might come up. But Marshadow is just pretty much going to be in here, so that way you can pitch the stadium, get rid of that, and get that out of there. So that way maybe you can play your shrine down, or you just kind of remove their stadium off the field in case you just don't want to deal with it. And on top of that, we have Mimikyu. Pokemon GX that have any damage counters on it, both yours and your opponent have no abilities. This card's absolutely incredible, and it can be very helpful in a lot of different situations. Dedenne can actually set this up for you. You can really just kind of put damage on a certain Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field, and then, they pretty much can't use it. And on top of that, this really is just a very helpful card in so many different matchups, and it's just, yeah, Mimikyu is like so good. I can't stress enough. And of course, we have this Pikachu here with Nuzzle. I went ahead and just traded for these because this art is awesome. And then I forgot that I had these and traded for 4 more regular Pikachu. So that's, yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. But anyway, yeah, this just has Nuzzle. And then we also have Tapu Koko. Now, Tapu Koko is going to serve one purpose in here, as it does every single other deck that it's put in here for. It's actually perfect with this because if you have 2 Raichu on your bench, you can just get rid of this and then put I almost said psychic, 1 electric energy on that, and boom, it's ready to attack. But on top of that, you're just keeping your energy out on the field. And normally, whenever a Raichu goes down, you're only losing 1 energy, so that's a great thing about it. I think the GX one cost 2. I think it was 2 energy. Whereas this one, whenever one of your Raichus goes down, you only lose 1 energy. And Dance of the Ancients can just kind of help you get your stuff back, which is really nice. And then let's see. I think that's it for the Pokemon. I mean, really, the general strategy, you just kind of use a Snuggly Generator, attach energy to your Nuzzle Pokemon. You have a Moga to search out everything, and then you just start using Raichu's attack and you start hitting. So it's pretty nice. Next card we're going to take a look at is going to be Volkner. So Volkner, you search your deck for an item card and a electric energy card, reveal them and put them in your hand. This is really good because you can search out an electric energy, which is amazing. You just get an attacker set up right there. Let me click X. There we go. And on top of that, you can grab a Pokegear, you can grab a Gate Catcher, you can grab a Energy Switch, Electro Power, whatever you might need. I'll get to Electro Power here in a second. But yeah, you just grab like a reset stamp, just whatever. Volkner, you just grab whatever item card you might need in that situation, and an electric energy. So it's pretty sexy. Next up, Rosa. You can only play this card if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Search your deck for a Pokemon, a trainer card, and a basic energy card. Reveal them and put them in your hand. Raichu only has 120 HP, guys, so that means it's going to be going down pretty frequently. And so whenever you do lose a Raichu or you just lose a Pokemon in general, you can just grab another Raichu. You can grab Electro Power. You can grab just whatever you might need. Shrine of Punishment, a supporter. It don't matter. And then you get that energy. So Rosa, really good recovery card. And to finalize the supporters, of course, we have 4 Lily. Whenever you start with it, it's a free, just a massive draw. And then you can draw to F6 with the normal effect, so pretty good there. To add with the damage, because of course, you are going to run short on some damage because, HP just seems to be going up and up and up and up and up. We also have Shrine of Punishment in here. Between turns, put 1 damage counter on each of your opponents, or each Pokemon GX and EX, both yours and your opponents. So that means, you don't really want to have Shrine of Punishment and this down at the same time, obviously. So most of the time, you're just going to have a field full of 1 prize attackers that Shrine of Punishment is just going to be completely ignoring and not bothering. Whereas if you're playing a deck that, of course, has a lot of GXs, they're just going to be kind of taking damage every single turn, and you just got to hope that your stadium doesn't go away, and at least you can maybe get like a couple turns where some extra damage is on there. But we also run Electro Power. So during this turn, your electric Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. This paired up with Shrine of Punishment, and also with the fact if you're able to get a lot of energy out on the board, you're going to be cranking out quite a bit of damage just with this little 120 HP Raichu, and that's really cool. Electro Power is a very, very helpful card, and it can help you hit numbers that you might need to hit. And then we also have 2 Great Catcher. Getting back to that damage and you might being short with that, you can discard like Electric Energy, Dance of the Ancients, put it back on there, or you can just discard 2 useless cards you might not need in the matchup, bring up one of your opponent's bench GX or EX, and knock it out. So that's really good. And then we also have an energy switch, just a little card here to help you have some flexibility. You can also throw it on your Reshiram, or Zekrom Reshiram, which is really nice too. Let's see. We also have Pokegear, so that way you can search out your supporters a little easier. Pokemon Communication, reveal a Pokemon from your hand, put it in your deck. If you do search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you have a Moga, you can pretty much search out anything, but having the Pokemon Communication helps you search out the stuff that can't be searched out with a Moga, or just allows you to have like a little extra searching if you just need to. Reset Stamp, let's say late in the game, opponent's been kicking the crap out of you, reset their hand. Of course, hence Reset Stamp. We have a switch. This course does help you switch. That's what switch does. And then I think besides the mysterious treasure, just being able to search out your Zekrom, Reshiram, Marshadow, or Mimikyu, that's about all it does in here. So we just have that to search out those. Because honestly, you know, like having a Moga in here is really nice, but you just want to be able to, you can search out these a little easier. You can Vulcaner for the mysterious treasure if you want to grab one of these, which is really nice too. And then to round out the deck, guys, we have 10 electric energy, and then we have 1 fire energy. So, like I said, guys, the strategy is very simple. This deck is so straightforward. You can't really do too much with it. You just get a bunch of energy out on the board with, you know, Snow Globe Generator, Dance of the Ancients, your Mental Attachment, etc. And then you use what is it, Powerful Spark, and you just attack your opponent and then go from there. And the cool thing about the Raichu is it's a stage 1, so you can get it set up pretty fast, and it only takes a single electric energy, which is pretty easy with cards like Rosa and Vulcaner, so that's really nice too. So that is the deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I would love to have gameplay for you, but unfortunately my laptop hates me and I cannot do that. So yeah, maybe one day, guys, I'll have a good gaming PC and I'll be able to crank out the kind of videos that I really want to crank out when I do these kind, but you know. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys all so much for the support. If you have not checked out my second channel, make sure to go do that. There's a lot of stuff on that as well. There's also going to be a playlist at the end of this video you guys can go check out if you're curious about that. And I hope you guys had a fantastic new year. I'm starting this year off with a deck profile, and I think I already uploaded something on January 1st, so this just got really awkward, didn't it? All right, anyway, this is Pokemon TCG signing out. Thank you guys all so much for support. Take care.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.